Yes. Are we all up and running? Everything seems fine. The music isn't going to start playing. Here we are for episode 4. Yes, I think so. Episode 4 of the 420 news. Welcome, Mad Dog in the chat there. John Lewis, Citizen Wolfie Smith, and SG2. How's it going, lads? Yeah, so we're here to talk about some crazy things today. We have this man videoed himself selling cannabis for some reason. Don't know why he would do that, but as a result, his farm was busted and he lost a lot of money. Let's just say that. So we'll move on to that in just a little minute. But hit the like button and subscribe and all that. You know, hit your reefers if you have some of those because it's 420. And yeah, what else do I need to say, really? Yeah, I am Mackie from the UK. Did I say that yet? I'm not sure. Yeah, so this guy here, extra smart one, he is. I'll put it up on the screen. Should we get stuck in straight away already? Did you like and subscribe and all that? And the last video we did was censored by YouTube within like 10 minutes of it being released. So I'm going to try not to say any naughty words this time. And it's already been difficult. We've been going for like a minute. So I'm going to try. Everybody, to keep it PG friendly. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's take a look at this. See if we can press the button. There we go. Look at that. We have man running £450,000 cannabis farm videoed himself selling drugs to users. Now, we know, of course, judging by past experience, that £450,000 is probably a highly exaggerated number, right? We all know that. One of Alex Zello's, I think that's how you say his name. You know how it is on High and Homegrown. We don't pronounce names very well, but we try our best. So give us a rating out of 10. How was that pronunciation? It sounds Albanian. I wouldn't want to jump to conclusions here, Wolfie, but I agree. Anyway, one of Alex Zello's farms contained 351 plants with a potential yield of 10 to 30 kilograms and a value of nearly £450,000. Here's the guy on the screen and his friend. We find out who that is a little bit later as well. Alex Zello left and Lorenk Bashota right. There we go. There they are again. Degenerate criminals. Look at them. What's up, Adam Bump? Welcome to the 420 news, bro. Here we go. A cannabis farmer who operated large-scale grows in Toxteth and Tuebrook was caught after taking videos of himself handling the illegal drugs on his phone. Well, why? You know what I'm saying, right? We'll carry on with the article. I'm not going to go on no rant just yet, but you know, why would you do something like that? Anyway, Alex Zello, 36, was involved in the supply of multi-kilo quantities of, and here in the quotation marks, skunk cannabis. It's that mind-altering super skunk, everybody. You know how it is. With one of his farms containing 351 plants worth up to £450,000. That's a lot of money, everybody. On September 19th, 2024, Zello was... Brace yourselves for this. I remembered what this is going to say as I'm reading the start of the paragraph. Brace yourselves, everybody. Right. On September 19th, 2024, Zello was travelling as a passenger in a car on Broad Green Road, Old Swan, when he was stopped by police. Okay? Ready? 703 grams of cannabis was found inside the vehicle with a value of £10,500 and £3,200 money was found inside Zello's coat. They also seized a mobile phone which was attributed to Zello. Now this gets me because this isn't the only time you hear about this kind of thing. If you're driving round with 703 grams of cannabis in your fucking car, you better be driving to the speed limit. You better not be running any red lights. That car better be taxed, MOT'd, and insured. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have any reason to be pulled over But this guy, it's not just like a random event, is it? They haven't just pulled a guy over and randomly found this cannabis in the car. Whoever was driving like a fool, probably driving illegally, which made them get pulled over. Then they found, that's nearly 15 grand's worth of stuff in the car here. You want to drive a little bit more carefully? Jesus. Anyway, let's carry on. At Liverpool Crown Court yesterday, November 17th, and that's why we're reading this article today, because it was all finished up yesterday, prosecutor Jonathan Rogers said, and here is the quotation marks, the police were able to get into the contacts of Mr. Zello's phone, in which they found that it described that he had been involved in the supply of significant quantities of cannabis. This evidence included the defendant taking videos of cannabis, which he had produced, and distributing these videos to customers. Genius. In one message on September the 12th, 2024, about a week before he was stopped, he sent a message to someone indicating that he was working at the time, he was down, and he was losing £30,000. So this seems as if, when somebody talks about being down, it's usually a gambling thing, like he's in a casino, 30,000 down. So he's gambling a shitload of money. Other messages indicated that he was supplying other dealers. Well, you at that quantity, that's what you're doing. So it's like supply, what is it? Possession with intent to supply suppliers. At that stage, it's clear the defendant was communicating with the mother of a young man. The mother's queries why the defendant had given her son a box of drugs. The defendant says effectively for him to set up a business, and it was a gift. Jesus. The phone was linked to a property on West Derby Road, Tuebrook, which with more than 2,000 occasions of activity there. Police searched the property and found an expired cannabis farm, whatever that means, I haven't heard that one before, with 78 dead plants and a bypassed electric system. Damn. Who just let the fucking plants die like that? Oh my God. The phone was also linked to another property on Smithdown Road in Toxteth. Police attended on December 8th and discovered 351 plants with a potential yield of 10 to 30 kilos and value of nearly £450,000. Electricity at the property had also been bypassed. Both Zello and his gardener, Laurent Boschota, 25, were found in an upstairs growing room. Zello, of no fixed abode, pleaded guilty to production of the Class B controlled drug, being concerned with the supply of Class B drugs and possessing criminal property. Bashota, also of no fixed abode, pleaded guilty to production of the controlled Class B drug. They appeared in court for sentencing yesterday. I see no mention there as well of the fact that they had rigged the electricity, and I think that deserves a mention. Growing cannabis is not a crime. You know what I mean? You're just growing some plants, right? But when you're rigging the electricity, though the electricity companies basically rob us all blind, you can't go out there stealing electricity. It's unsafe and it's actual theft. So you can't do that, man. That's definitely crossing the line there. David Birrell, defending Zello, said it seems that he has no previous convictions, whether here or overseas. What do you mean overseas? Anyway, maybe that thing you were saying about being Albanian was correct there, Wolfie. He's in custody. He's making good use of his time with courses. He's working. Finally, he expressed remorse through me. So, yeah, he seems to be remorseful of this, maybe remorseful of being caught. Lucy Moran, defending Bashota, said Bashota maintains he was a gardener only. He had no influence on those above in the chain, little awareness of the operation, and one can presume limited financial advantage. Yeah, but he's the gardener. He's the one growing the cannabis. You know what I'm saying? What are you on about? Sentencing Zello Judge Andrew Menery said between September and December 2024 that you were heavily involved in the commercial distribution of cannabis and production of that drug. Your phone has been recovered and revealed sales advertising on videos recorded and circulated by you, dealing in multi-kilo quantities of drugs and messages showing you supplied other dealers. A little bit more, I had to scroll down a bit. This plainly demonstrates organised investment and a commercial enterprise. Turning to Boshota, he said, "You were 24 at the time with no criminal history, and although there may have been some benefit to you, there simply is no evidence of you playing any other role than a gardener providing limited assistance at the grow site." I don't know, man. It seems like this guy, he talked. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, yeah, you just grew a little bit of plants, mate. We're going to be a little bit lenient. But here's the sentence. This is what he got. He sentenced Zello to a total of 7 years and 2 months in prison. But Shota was sentenced to 14 months in prison. Hefty sentences, everybody. And I don't know, could this have been avoided? It just seems this guy was so nonchalant about it. Like, he was just destined to be caught at some point anyway. Just going on like the rules didn't matter. Like the law does not apply to him. It's ridiculous. You know, driving around for a start, probably being somebody was driving him around while he had $3,000 in his coat and 10 grand worth of weed in the car. Guy's driving like a fucking idiot. Gone and got pulled over, got found out. The police found videos on his phone of him dealing with large amounts of cannabis. It's like, really? Were you aware that it was illegal? I mean, they could have even played that game. You know, if he was just coming over from Albania, like many of these guys do, you could be like, well, I didn't know it was illegal. What were you talking about? I was completely unaware. Just plead ignorance. You know what I mean? It's just craziness, man. The way some people just disregard the rules like that and pretend like they're not going to get caught. And if they do get caught, they'll get a lenient sentence. And to be honest, I was surprised to see 7 years and 2 months as a prison sentence there. Because usually they're quite lenient with these kind of sentences. You know, I say quite lenient. It's still years in prison. But, you know, Mr. 420 says, all that for Stardog. You know what I'm saying, bro? Real talk, man. Real talk. It was all Stardog. It was all Stardog. Jesus. Yeah. You in chat, Billy? Billy, are you in chat? He's probably playing some Battlefield, mate. You know how he rolls. But yeah, that's the cannabis news story for this week. Well, let's say for this week. We've got another one coming on Thursday. I just saw this one. I thought it was interesting. There's a lot of other things going on regarding cannabis around the world right now. I thought this one was just a little bit more laid back and just something we can all learn from, maybe. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Stardog is good. If it's actually Stardog wrote music, you see, that's what we're joking about here. It's like everything is Stardog now, though none of it's Stardog. You know what I mean? They just call everything Stardog, but it's not Stardog. It's not. But anyway, yeah, as I was saying, we have an interview later on. If you're a Patreon, we do have an interview later on with Ishak Hillman. I think the lady's name is. She's the host of a podcast called Cannabis Babes. And she's got an interesting story to tell us. So join us for that. What else is there? We got later on we'll do the first coin flip because Percy's Grow Room's birthday today. By the way, everybody, 7 years the site's been up and running. 7 years today. So yeah, thanks to everybody who's been part of that over the last 7 years. It's crazy that we've got this far. So, yeah, we're going to do a coin flip heads or tails thing that we've got going on, which we'll do later on. But the entry for that competition is closed now. But anything else to add here? I don't think so. It's always done pretty quick. It's always shocking how quick these streams go. You know, when you're used to streaming for an hour, 2 hours, just these short 10, 15-minute streams just go by so quickly. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, man. Crazy. But thanks for joining me, everybody. I hope this one doesn't get censored. Please share around the internet if you can, but I understand if you can't. You know, it's difficult for some of you guys to share content that's related to cannabis. So don't do it if you think you'll get yourselves in trouble. But if you can help the show by sharing a little bit, then that would be cool. Hit like, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. But I think that's it. I don't think there's anything more to add. Just be careful out there, everybody. All right? Just be careful. You know, don't be recording yourself trimming your plants and shit like that. It's just, there's no need, is there? There's no need. Don't take any unnecessary risks. Follow the free rules. Yes, there is a Discord, Mr. 420. That'll be in the link in the description down below. Just click the link and join us on Discord. Yeah, but that's it. Or be lucky, yeah. What's that saying? If you can't be good, be lucky. If you can't be lucky, be quick. Is that the saying? It's something like that. I might have got them in the wrong order, but it's something like that. But you know how I roll, everybody. I can sit here all day long just chatting random stuff with you all. And I do have to try and keep these streams within between 10 to 15 minutes long. All right? Otherwise, we'll just be doing hours and hours. But join me later if you're a Patreon for the interview. The link's already up in the VIP sections. Head to the VIP section, find the link, and I'll see you then. We'll do the flip. Have a good afternoon. Stay safe, everybody. All right, don't be recording yourself in any way with any cannabis. Don't fucking give them an easy job. You know what I mean? Yeah, stay high, stay safe. We'll see you on Tuesday for the next. It's fucking Thursday. We'll see you on Thursday for the next one. Gosh.